Hello and welcome back to my channel, and today we're taking a look at Indika, which is the new title or new upcoming title from 11-bit Studios, the same studio that actually brought us the Invincible. And this game apparently is, fresh out of the oven, so to say. It's a demo version, and there's no minimum or recommended hardware requirements available yet. Now, a couple of things about this game is you are a nun who's on a self-discovery journey, and you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff. This game is rated 18 plus, so there is mature content in it. It might be spicy stuff, it might be something very gory, nobody really knows. Then again, 11-bit Studios and knowing Invincible, it is kind of mixed bag. It's heavily story driven, and you kind of have to make choices and see how it all plays out in the end. Now, looking at the settings, and this is where things are rather interesting, we're going to be going at 4K native resolution, ultra graphical quality setting, unlimited or uncapped frames, no vertical sync, and we're not going to be using DLSS. Now, if 11-bit Studios has gone with the same premise as the Invincible, that means that you probably will be using DLSS or FSR, but that remains to be seen. Resolution scale is 100%, no gamma offset, motion blur is left on. For I do not know if it's actually gonna be over the top or nothing at all. And interface is on, which essentially means you can immerse yourself fully by just removing it. Now, a couple things I do want to give them shout out for is symbols of the controller buttons option is here. So if you're playing this game on a controller on your PC, you can switch between the button layout, or at least the symbols between Xbox and PlayStation, which I believe for games like this is absolutely fantastic, because you don't have to override your muscle memory if you're using either of these controllers. Field of view is cranked to 110. This is a third person title in terms of the POV as the Invincible was. So I must say, we're gonna see how it all plays out. So yeah, let's just start a new game and see how it all goes and feels. So it's time to rock and roll.
Take a look, please.
There's nothing to look at. Gotta give me an injection.
Oh my god. I'm afraid this will happen. If we don't amputate it, you won't survive the afternoon.
Our prison doctor, he told me the same thing. Word for word. But that was over a week ago.
He didn't do anything?
Sadly, the only surgical equipment he had was a rusty wash basin.
Very funny.
Alright. Don't worry. It should be like that. Only like that. I'm also talking to God.
To God. Great. You need to get up if you don't want to lose something else to frostbite.
Right, so here we are, and what do we have? We're pulling 6.9 gigs of allocated video memory and nearly 9 gigs of actual RAM. And we are kinda, I would want to say 60-ish with some ups and downs. So pretty much, I wouldn't want to say this is like Invincible, but I can clearly see the pattern. Also, this is some steampunk looking bike we have. So yeah, the game premise is that you're actually gonna be meeting the devil, so that is an interesting twist. Obviously, you do have some choices to make here, and perhaps you might have multiple endings. Well, Invincible apparently had more than 2 endings, and depending on your choices and what actions you took or what you explored or didn't, you could impact the end game. So it's kind of interesting considering majority of the people were getting way different endings than I did. But I do like that 11-bit studios are trying to come up with something new and different, and honestly, this is not too bad. Now, I could obviously kinda nitpick the animations a little bit. I'm not sure if the pre-rendered cutscene was a very cheap mocap attempt or an actual in-house animation set, but it did actually look pretty good. So you would actually try to think, is it mocap or is it animation? And I have not seen the development cycle of this game, so either one would be actually impressive, to be fair, because it's not a huge studio. And honestly, making a game like this, it does take some effort, it does take some resources. So yeah, in terms of everything else, I must say it's running pretty smoothly for now. Now, in general, I would say if you have an option to use DLSS, definitely do it. If you don't, well, use the render resolution scale. But outside of that, let's just see how it all works, because so far, apparently, we are kidnapped by this guy from a train crash. And, yeah. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Also, audio levels are off the charts for this game. I don't know how else to explain it, but it just... exactly the same as with Invincible. The audio levels are made for people to just immerse themselves into the game, rather than just play the game, if that makes sense.
And the road. It doesn't look like it's been used lately.
Let's see how many much frames we're gonna get in this village here. The demo is split up in about 4 to 5 areas, so I don't know if we're gonna be automatically loaded into the next one or we'll have to select them one by one. And looks like we are actually loading into the next level, so that's good. Let's see what happens now.
Who the fuck would do this? It's as if they blocked the passage on purpose.
The brake is rusted shut. I have to find something to get rid of the screw.
Won't fucking budge.
Okay, I guess we're going into the exploration mode here. Okay, we can use this.
Maybe there's something in that shed.
I mean, honestly, it's not too bad. Like, the FOV might be slightly less. I think 110 is a little bit too much here. But nevertheless, let's have a look inside. Oh, this is nice. Now, the game takes place in a different timeline, Russia, supposedly. Which might explain why certain things are like they are. The life of Saint John. Okay. I do like how they try to portray the story here. We don't know the backstory of the nun yet, but I think we're gonna learn it eventually. I see. Oh, our nun knows how to run. Look at this. Yeah, that might actually speed stuff up a little bit.
I've missed this smell.
A wrench. Indika could easily tell a 5mm wrench from a 40mm one just by looking at them. This one was somewhere in between. Paraskeva Friday. Saint for girls. You know what? Let's take it. Let's have it. We're gonna take repentance. We're gonna be a good nun. Also, that wrench should allow us to gain access to that bolt. And again, I would want to say this is literally.
Give it to me.
Give it to you. I mean, my guy. How do you want me to give you the wrench? Not seeing how to access the inventory, so I think we're stuck here until we figure it out. Right. Anything else we missed in here? Doesn't seem like it. I mean, that wasn't too bad.
Lord have mercy.
What's that?
Just a dog. Calm down.
Hey, hurry up.
Yeah, this is not ominous at all.
Quiet, little doggy. We won't hurt you.
Are you crazy? Run.
I think we should run. That dog either is a Tibetan Mastiff or is the devil himself. Who knows? Nobody knows. But yeah, to be fair, the game runs way better than I expected it, even for a demo. So yeah, let's see how this plays out. Oh no.
I would have already fucked you up with my bare hands if I wanted. Well, hand.
Why?
I mean, why the fuck did you throw away the revolver? Would have been useful. I mean, a girl. I would never. Shit.
Tell me something. If you're God's chosen one, why didn't God heal you completely right away?
That's a good question. Here's your answer. Here. Here.
Temple of John of Damascus Spazov, the only rational remedy for infertility, insobriety, infidelity, and other physical complications and afflictions of the soul. Right, looks like it's a monastery. Now here's a little tiny neat detail that you probably don't know. The thing that the guy is smoking is not a cigarette. It's a Russian type of cigarette, which is called a papyrus. The difference is there is no filter. It's just like a tube of paper instead of the filter, which is the mouthpiece. And then there's just straight tobacco. So they could have easily turned this into a cigarette, but they went the extra mile of actually making it a papyrus. Now, granted, only I would want to say Eastern Europeans will probably notice this difference. And then again, I do believe you have to be a certain age to know that these things existed. But it's a nice touch. I'll give them that much, you know.
The Kudets.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
I don't understand. So God had enough power only to stop the rotting, but to heal you completely, he needed some kind of tool.
Look, it's not about the tool. A man can't be saved against his will, you see. Basically, yeah. It has nothing to do with my arm. It's about the path. The path we've been given. And whether to follow it or not. It's up to us.
What do I have to do with it? So, possessed people are taken to the Kudets.
Everybody is. Do I look possessed to you?
No, not you. All right, let's get out of here.
Hoist me up.
Me hoist you up?
Yes, you. You won't be able to pull me up from up there.
That was some,
Are you alive?
that's some proper Russian swearing right there.
Yeah. All right.
What's going on?
Of course it wasn't a coincidence, and now Indika realized it too. She had heard about the Kudets and its miracles. But right now, it's Spasov and Ilya. Meeting a prisoner who talks to God would not be an everyday occurrence. Also, Indika took a liking to him.
Who, this one? No.
One way or another, there was certainly no doubt that she had to head for Spasov and not the Danilov monastery.
The letter. I cannot neglect my duty. What if there's something important in it?
Open it. See for yourself.
No. Reading someone else's letter is a greater sin than not delivering it.
Greater? How much greater?
Twice as much. I don't know.
Interesting. So, not delivering 2 letters is the same as reading 1. What about stealing? Pocketing a ruble, for example. Is that worse?
Worse.
How much worse?
This is nonsense. You can't compare such things.
Why not? The priest imposes a different penance for different sins, and since you know for sure which is better or worse, there has to be a way of measuring. Then let us say that stealing is 10 times worse than not delivering a letter. What about murder? Let us put that at 1,000 letters. That would mean that if a postman were to lose a sack full of letters, we'd have a murderer. Although, maybe there should be a bulk discount. What about a rapist? A rapist is better than a murderer, right? You are not scared
Interesting.
of the sin. You are scared of the letter. Perhaps you should not open it. Do not do it.
That's the devil whispering in our ear. Look at this, sweet nothings, and she just gives in. Human curiosity. This is a nicely made game.
The abbess knows you inside out, so everything turned out just as written. Defrocked her? How did that happen? Even if the key wasn't up.
Receive me as that it's the publican prodigal in the heart.
And if, by chance, you were to kill someone and go to jail sooner or later...
Now that's a cool mechanic. If we stop praying, stuff comes apart.
So, she's not here anymore. Defrocked.
As of old thou didst raise up the paralytic, O Lord God.
And you have to keep praying. Okay,
How did that happen?
okay, I was not expecting this. This is about to turn into a very, very interesting game, to be fair. There's probably a way to get higher up. But yeah, I mean, and this is the thing with studios, you know, like they just find ways.
Inside out, so everything...
The problem is we cannot jump. And this looks like some sort of a puzzle here, but hey ho. We are probably gonna end up navigating this more times than I would like to admit, but you know, sometimes it is how it is. There's got to be something we can pull. I don't know, I kind of want to play this game right now, in all honesty. Like, this is kind of interesting. There's this weird marking there. Of course it's gone now.
You got pushed out of your house and then out of the monastery. And if, by chance, you were to kill someone and go to jail, sooner or later you...
But yeah, anyhow, I'm not gonna keep you guys too longer here. This puzzle will actually take a little bit of concentration, I believe. Or it's something very, very obvious.
So many options. You don't even have anything to say. So everything turned out.
So yeah, anyhow, that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Over and out.